Oh, okay. So it is update number 3. I was really hoping I would have a final by now, but it's update number 3 for our Curtis Midget. We've got a teeny bit of progress. Now, I was thinking about going with the Iceman carburetors, but we're making a bit of a sidetrack. Just, those are great. They're going to look good, but I wanted to try modifying some myself. Let's zoom in a crazy amount here. So I took the original carbs, I drilled them out, and then I added, which looks like a brick. Unfortunately, I wish I had thinner styrene, but I had tried to add a piece of styrene in there to make it look like part of the interior of the carburetor. And this is a little off center. Let's just grab and twist. There we go. It's a teeny bit better. It's not perfect. Let's see if I can fudge with it off camera some more, so you don't have to suffer through me doing that. But the outside of the carbs, they don't look too bad. Obviously is a Stromberg. Why do I know that? Because of this. Look at this. This is my coffee mug. That's actually my paint jar, but this is my coffee mug, and that looks a heck of a lot like that guy there. So I'm thinking that's a single barrel Stromberg, but that's neither here nor there. But let's move back in again. We're trying to do our best with making this look a little better, a little better. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Make it a little bit better. And I'm sorry for the back and forth there. I'm going to just take the carbs off now before I lose them, because I've done that before. Boy, howdy. Our plugs and wires look great. And I didn't think to actually paint the spark plug boots to be that dull red color that we see in the Excel parts. I painted them, semi-gloss black. I really don't mind. I think they look cool anyway. And is there a firing order we're being following? No, it's not. It's not that big a deal right now. But yeah, we're just working on the carbs. We got the water pipes installed, and that's all nice and happy. Had plenty of room for the wiring up in front off the distributor, so that looks great. Even had a little bit of extra wire to the coil, so you can see a tiny little loop at the very top. That's for the coil. That's molded into the distributor. And we tried to do a little bit of engine turning on our foil up here on the firewall. Everything that I have that can do that is a little bit too large, and that technique was shared by an old friend, Brad Norgard, a club member that passed away last year. Unfortunately, and all of his knowledge and expertise has imparted out as much as he could imparted to us, but it's gone forever now. So little tips and tricks like this are things that I cherish. So it was actually used the tip of an eraser on a pencil, and I tried to find the smallest eraser I have, and you just make little circles, just spin it, move it, spin it, move, just like how they do the real thing. Around the backside here, we got our decal in place with our little piece of photo etch for the gauge cluster. I like that. That is just a really nice little treat to add on there. And then yeah, so we went ahead and painted the rear end there an aluminum color, and then gave it a flat coat to bring it out. I'll probably do a wash of some panel liner just to bring out some of it. It's got some really nice detail molded in that, and that's doing really well. We did figure out how to do some snaps on here. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last one, but it's well worth mentioning again. And the snaps, air quote, are actually from this. This is from ProTech, and it's part number PTMC number 7. And it's their nut and bolt head, and it's the 0.040 size. And these have a little bit of an adhesive on the back of them, but you'll still need to glue them on. And I did do little dabs of super glue all around and then drop these on. So one half of this sheet is just the actual bolt head itself, and the other half of the sheet would be like a nut with the threads coming through. That's the side that we use. You can see how many I use there, quite a bit. I only lost one, but add them on there, paint over it with the primer, the color that you want, and I came back with a sanding stick, like a 600 grit sanding stick, and just dressed the top of these and made the actual threaded part of the bolt shine through. but we're using it as a snap head. So there we go. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't put any up around the headrest. I just put one on the top. Most of the photos I saw didn't really show much going on there. I just put one up the top, and then did as many as I dared around the sides, and then decided to match it on the other side. And did my best to match up how those go. We also had, when we masked this all up and painted the seat insert, I had a big a failure of masking. I did my best, but the tape actually lifted off while I was spraying. I didn't notice this. Lifted off, and I got a big spot of primer and then the color for the seat right there. And we went back and polished that out with some of this stuff. I'm gonna zoom out again. Some of this stuff here. This is what we use for before wax. So that just has a slight abrasive to it and cleaned up the paint really nicely. Took off that overspray on there, polished it up a little bit too. I really like how it's looking, and then didn't leave a waxy coating so that we can come back and actually put some decals on here and not have to worry about putting them on over the wax. That I don't think that was going to go well. So we're very happy with how this guy is going. And yeah, I did a little wash in here of some light gray panel liner just to make it look a little bit more worn. I think it looks great. I'm really happy with that. And then our trailer, been doing a little bit of dusting and dirtying it up. And I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. One of the subscribers had actually suggested, don't worry about masking off and painting this. Just do a little bit of dry brushing over where the wheels would roll over the tread plate. So we got out some of our Ushi powder. That stuff is as scarce as hen's teeth now. But we just did a couple of swipes over the top of the tread plate, wore off where the car would run, and now we're just doing some panel liner layers on there to kind of just dusty and dirty it up, because it's a trailer, it's a working device there. So I figure these guys probably race on the dirt, judging by the tread pattern on the tires. Probably racing on the dirt, and then it's going to be all dusty and crusty. So there you go. Well, that's basically it right now. In order to drill this little dude out, we used that dead center punch from Scale Pro Shop, from our buddy over there, Art Lasky. Used that. That really helped us center it out, and then just stepped up the drill bits from one to the next. And then we ended up getting out our little motorized tool here, a little tack life guy here with this conical shaped grinder, and bored down in there a little bit more. And then once we got to a depth we felt comfortable with, we came back with a drill bit of the proper size, dug in there to square up the bottom of the hole so I could put in a piece of styrene there. That's our whole trick for that. Will it look good? I don't know. We still have the Iceman carbs in reserve just in case. But in the meantime, I couldn't sign off just yet. I did work on some bluing. These are very overdone, and but they don't go on this way. They actually go on this way. So I'm like, okay, camera is not helping this out at all. Camera does not seem to know the subtle change between blue to violet to a little bit of yellow, and it's really does look a lot better in person than it does on camera. So please take my word for it there. I might have to see if I can tone that back a little bit, but in the meantime, they are going to be sort of hidden because of how they attach. And let's see if we can mock one up here. PDQ. Let's see. So this is the correct side. And we're going to line up with the little holes. And we insert the rods into the holes, and then, it's not that kind of channel. So I was going to go on there like that. I'll have to do a little bit more toning down on that a little bit there. I don't know, maybe I'll do another, like a little pass of alcohol with a cotton bud and just sort of take back some of the color on there, because it is a little stark to my eye. But anyway, that's our progress we've made. We didn't do a why did I keep this Wednesday video this week. We just had too much going on, but we'll have one next week. All right, y'all, take it easy, and we'll talk to you next one. Bye now. Ooh, chocolate chip will be mine today.